Hello, and welcome to the HelloID Service Automation product release video for November 2025. HelloID Service Automation is a user management self-service solution, empowering organizations by delegating user management tasks like group management and distribution group delegation. Delegating management of shared resources is another key feature. This aids its departments in preventing the accumulation of unnecessary licenses and access rights, enhancing overall efficiency and security. Please note that this video highlights only the new features in the November 2025 release. For more videos, visit docs.helloid.com or check out our YouTube channel. Let's dive in. We'll start with a PowerPoint presentation before moving on to demonstrate the new functionalities for the November 2025 release. In this release, we're introducing 3 brand new features. First, we've added several new icons that make it easier to view additional information directly from the request details screen. One of these icons indicates whether the opened product request has a time limit, and it also displays this value. We've also introduced a range of icons to the request timeline that highlight optional choices and provide deeper insight into the selected request. There are dedicated icons for executing configured tasks when approving or returning a product request, for forced approvals or rejections that bypass the normal approval workflow, and for indicating when a time limit has been set or updated. These icons are available on all screens where the request timeline is displayed. We'll finish with the Recertification Administration feature. Until now, HelloID administrators could already manage the recertification process by approving or rejecting open recertification requests. With this release, it's now also possible to decide whether the configured product return tasks should be executed when rejecting a request. This gives administrators greater flexibility when managing the recertification process. Let's dive into a demonstration of the new features. We're logged in as HelloID user Amy Parker and have opened the My Products overview. First, let's take a look at the new icons we've added that make more information visible in the Request Details view. As an example, we'll use the product request for Adobe Photoshop, which has been returned. In the request timeline, we can see that Amy herself requested the product and her manager Morgan approved it. After that, the HelloID administrator returned the product. In the top right corner of these approval cards, you can now see the new icons. All icons are displayed in gray by default when they're not applicable. A blue icon indicates that the action applies to that specific step in the request timeline. The first icon shows that the configured product tasks for approval will be executed. Since the request was approved by Morgan Parker, this step applies, and the first icon is blue. The second icon indicates whether the configured product return tasks will be executed. In the case of an approval, this doesn't apply, so the second icon is gray in this step. However, on the third card where the HelloID administrator returned the product, this action does apply, and the icon turns blue. The third icon indicates whether the approval or rejection of the request was forced, meaning it didn't follow the standard approval workflow, but was instead handled through the self-service administration page in HelloID or an API call. The fourth and final icon shows whether a time limit has been set or updated for the product request. All 4 of these new timeline icons are available across all HelloID screens that display the timeline for both end users and administrators. Keep in mind that from this release onward, HelloID will record which options are selected, so the icons can display the correct color. For past actions, this information isn't always available, so the icon may appear gray. In this overview, we can see that Amy Parker has requested Adobe Photoshop again, and it's been approved. Let's take a closer look at the details there as well. In the request timeline, we can see that this approval wasn't handled through the normal workflow, but instead through the self-service administration. To make this clear, the third icon is displayed in blue. We'll now navigate to Recertification Administration to demonstrate the remaining new features. We've opened the Recertification Administration overview and selected the Support Mailbox Full Access request for Amy Parker. When we open the Request Timeline tab, we can see that the third card shows an approval made during recertification by the HelloID administrator. Here, the fourth icon is blue, indicating that the HelloID administrator extended the access to this mailbox by updating the product's time limit. If the HelloID administrator hadn't chosen to extend the time limit during the recertification approval, the icon would appear gray. In this details view, we can also see another new icon at the top next to the request time. This icon indicates that the selected product request has a time limit, after which the product will be automatically returned. When you hover over the clock icon, you'll see the exact date and time when the product will be returned. For the demonstration of our final feature in this release, we'll reject the recertification request for Amy Parker's sales mailbox full access. A new prompt will appear, asking whether you want to execute the configured product return tasks. When rejecting a single recertification request, this question will only appear if it applies to the selected product. When rejecting multiple recertification requests in bulk, the new prompt will always appear, but it will only execute the tasks for the products where they've been configured. As we conclude this overview of the latest HelloID release, we hope you're as excited as we are about these enhancements and new features. They're designed to streamline your experience, improve security, and ensure your system's integrity with advanced configurations and mappings. Stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for choosing HelloID for your identity and access management needs.